Sorry? My name is Claire Hackett. I'm from a place called Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland. It's about 12 miles from Dublin. So I am also going to tell you some Irish jokes, but at the end of my jokes, I'm going to sing you an American song because I'm proud to be an American. Okay? So let's start off by telling you, see, I'm out of breath. I went to 2 or 3 buildings before I found this place.
It's my fault.
Yeah, right, yeah. I'm not pointing any fingers. And so anyway, have you heard of the movie The Quiet Man?
Yes.
Well, when the great John Huston was making the movie The Quiet Man, he had terrible trouble shooting the movie because it was raining all the time. So he got very frustrated. And he stopped a farmer on the road and he said to the farmer, "How do you get anything done around here? It's always raining." So the farmer looked him up and down like this and said, "Well, do you see that mountain over there?" John Huston says, "Yes." "Well, if you can see that mountain, it's going to rain. And if you can't see it, it's raining." So, the same fella, could I have a chair over here, please?
Sure you go. Right here. There, right here.
Because I'm out of breath. Sorry. Yeah, like that. Anyway, the same farmer, a couple, they rented a car, and they went over to him and they said, "What's the best way to get to Galway?" And the farmer said, "Are you walking or are you driving?" They said, "Driving." He said, "That's the best way." So anyway, off this farmer went to the doctor for a checkup. And the doctor looked him over and he said, "Yeah," he said, "you know what, have you ever been incontinent?" And the farmer looked at him and he says, "Ah, no, doctor, sure, I've never been out of Ireland." So anyway, the doctor then said, "You've got 6 months to live." 6 months to live? I want a second opinion. So the doctor said, "Well, you're ugly as well." So anyway, the 6 months went by, and by golly, he was still alive, still alive. So back he went to the doctor, and he says, "I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is you gave me 6 months to live, and it's way over 6 months." The husband walked in, and he heard the wife in the bedroom, and she was jumping up on the bed in delight. In delight. So he said, "What's wrong with you?" "Well," she says, "I've just been to the doctor, and he told me that I have the boobs of a 21-year-old. He said, "Don't be ridiculous." "Yes, he did. That's what he said." And the husband said, "Don't be so stupid." So then he says, "What about your 73-year-old ass?" And she said, "Oh, honey, we never talked about you at all." This big burly fella walked into a bar in Ireland, and he looked around. He goes, "Where's Rooney?" There was dead silence in the bar. Nobody said anything. And he said it again, "Where's Rooney? I want to see Rooney." So finally this little short fella stood up, and he goes, "I'm Rooney." So with that, the big fella walked over, punched him and knocked him to the ground, and walked out of the bar. So Rooney's friends came over to help him up, and as they were helping him up, they saw that he was laughing for God's sakes. So his friend said, "Why are you laughing? That guy nearly broke your jaw." "Well," he said, "I sure fooled him. Sure, I'm not Rooney at all." Okay, now there's this little lady, and she lived in a fishing village all her life. And she never went, this Irish lady, she never went for a checkup. So finally the doctor came to her in the fishing village and gave her a checkup and said to her, "Have you ever been bedridden?" And she said, "Yeah, I'm in the fishing boat as well." Okay. Now, two Irish salesmen were talking with each other. And one said to the other, "Did you get any orders today?" And he said, "Yeah. As a matter of fact, I got 3 orders. And his friend said, "Oh, 3 orders?" He said, "Yeah, 3 orders. And they were, get out, stay out, and don't come back." Okay. Okay. Now, have you heard about the mad cow disease in Ireland? They had a mad cow disease scare. And anyway, this couple went into a restaurant during the mad cow scare, and the husband said, "I want the biggest steak in the house, and I want it cooked rare." So the waiter is writing down his order, and he's thinking, "Ooh, wow." So he leaned in and he said, "Well, what about the..." A lot of familiar faces. How about that? I meant to. Yeah.
That concludes our entertainment for today. We have coffee and cake and Irish soda bread. And again, on behalf of the San Francisco Irish community, and all of us as Irish Americans and Irish men and women, we thank you very much for your service. God bless you all.
God bless you. Very nice.